Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today's January 23rd, and we are here with another Monday mystery game, this time number 573. Last week we had put up 3 new games, Solar Assault, Future Spy, and Guardians of the Hood, which I believe did Mossy's take all 3? All 3. So he's at 9 now for the 10X championship belt. So maybe today will be the day. James White, our current 10X champion, we'll have to see if he's not in town still. The belt is here. If Mozzies takes this today, he will be our new 10X champion. But before we unveil what today's game is, let's make a few other announcements first. First is we have, with all of our high scorings and world records that have been set here, we are happy to announce the scoring house that we use is Orade, which with huge thanks to David Hernley, we have actually purchased Orade.com. So we will be working on the site. This is the first time we're officially announcing this. There's been a few people who may have known or gotten the impression that we might be taking over the things. But David Hernley had created such a great site, and and so many other arcades have helped him grow it over the years. We're happy to have it under our control now, and we want to take it even further and make it bigger and better than ever before. We want to make it very inclusive to any other arcade that wants to become part of the Orade community, but we do hope to improve upon it and add a lot more credibility to it as far as like some rules and structure and everything. So big plans for Orade in the upcoming months. So stay tuned to that. We're going to be making a lot of big posts on that very, very soon. One of the second big news event before we get to today's Monday mystery game is going to be the announcement of the new hardcore Galloping Ghost title. This belt can be won by anyone. Whoever holds it, if you're here in the arcade, you can be challenged for the ownership of it. So we expect this to change hands pretty regularly, and we'll give the first belt to none other than Mr. Hardcore himself, one of the most antagonistic guys that I know, GGA Jeremiah. So we will be interested. The game that you will be playing in will be chosen at random. So you must challenge him, tell us that you're challenging him, and then we'll select a game, and it can be anything. Jamie Tibbetts has issued the first challenge. You want to punch up a number? We will use Orade to find out what game they will be fighting in. King of Fighters 98, GGA Jeremiah versus Jamie Tibbetts in a little bit. Stay tuned. But first, quite a belt. Quite a belt. Let's summon forth former Gamer of the Year, Pete Hahn, to help me unveil today's Monday mystery game. It's one that I don't think anybody could have guessed is coming out today. And it's some very fortunate circumstances that it's here. But without further ado, let's unveil number 573, as it is Invasion: The Abductors. Done by Play Mechanics and released through Midway back in 1998. Really cool game, light gun game, this is our first Monday mystery light gun game. And check out these light guns. How amazingly cool are these? So awesome. We are fortunate to have with us tonight Mr. George Petro, who worked on the game, creator of it. We are honored to have him. Can you come up for a second and tell us a little bit about thank you so much, man. Thank you for coming out. This was Play Mechanics' first game? I don't know. That would be awesome. The artwork on this is so cool. Full side art. This was donated to us by Will Carlin, who had also worked on the game. And I played through this. I had played it once before, very briefly, and I played through the entire thing this morning, and what a cool game. Like, can you tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes of when it was made?
Yeah, I can. So I had started Play Mechanics and was working at Midway, and we needed to make a game for them. So they challenged us to say, come up with all these ideas. We came up with a bunch of ideas, and then the CEO of Midway said, well, you can either make a fighting game, a driving game, a sports game, or a gun game. I'm not going to let you make fighting. I'm not going to let you make a driving game, and I'm not going to let you make a sports game. So you choose. So this was the game we came up with, and they said, by the way, you need to use all the old Zeus hardware that Mortal Kombat 4 didn't use. So we had to kind of like shoehorn it into some hardware that was kind of crazy, but it could push a lot of polygons. So we put a lot of polygons out there, and it's all, kind of Defender type themed, but as a gun game where aliens are invading Chicago and New York and LA, and you got to save all the people. So
definitely was very fun. It was your excellent. So happy to have it here. Would you like the inaugural? Your initials were the top spot. Well, I had. Yeah, I cleared it. Oh, actually, it cleared out. After it was on. There you are. Once I had finished it, the battery had died, so it went back to the defaults. I did. So, cool. Here we go.
Shipped. These were the guns that were never shipped.
They never shipped with it.
Oh, they ended up shipping with just a HAP gun.
Interesting.
Too expensive.
Those were too expensive?
They're all chrome plated guns and everything. Check that out.
That's so cool. How long did you work on this for?
Probably about 14 months, I think.
Awesome.
Light it up since it's a light gun game. Then it's gonna load. Yeah, so these guns were specially designed for the game and everything. You can see it right here. See? It's kind of cool. These are actually in pretty good shape.
Yeah. That's you?
The people get like transformed, so they get beamed up like Granny, and if you let them get beamed up, they come back as, mutants. So you want to try to shoot the abductors before they get the people. Oh, forgot about that.
And there's definitely a fair amount of secrets.
I think so. Yeah. I don't even know if I can remember them these days, but they're all over the place.
There's definitely some cool power-up guns, rapid fire, and missiles.
I like those abductor things. Oh. This game's brutal. Who made this game? Oh.
Again, for those just joining us, today's Monday Mystery Game, number 573, is Invasion the Abductors. Play Mechanics' first game, released through Midway. Ours is an original dedicated cabinet that was donated to us by Will Carlton. He had donated this to us over the weekend, worked on the game with George Petro, who is here doing the inaugural play on the game. So an honor to have him out. He's worked on so many other great games.
At you. If you let them jump at you, they get kind of nasty.
That's awesome.
I think one of the voices in there is Herman Sanchez from Midway, Mortal Kombat fame. He did the voice of Mortal Kombat after Steve Ritchie.
And that just shows which of the game over, those orb.
That's how far you got through.
That was
Yeah, I made it through one section. So if you see the beginning of it, each city's broken up into different sections, and you kind of complete your way through them. So this almost seems like old software or something. I don't remember that part. I don't remember that part going in the final game, but I guess it did. No, it's not.
no different team that did Carnival.
Yeah, it was. Carnival was being done inside Midway, and we were doing this externally at the time. Yeah, different system and everything, because this is the Zeus system, and Carnival was on 3DFX. So yeah, you see an awful lot of landmarks and stuff. I mean, we built everything like that's Michigan Avenue right there. If you really start looking at it. Oh, Granny's toast. There's no way to save her. You got to get that guy coming in.
You can get him coming in?
You can get him coming in. You got to be ready for him, though. This game is, now that I have not played it in a long time, but now that I play it, it's really hard. It's like,
It is.
You have to know everything about it.
I had a lot of continues to get through it, especially the later level.
Did you get into the mothership?
I did. I played all the way through it. At the end, it asks if you want to initiate the self-destruct sequence.
Yeah.
And it's yes or no. Is there something different happens if you select no, or?
I'm not sure what happens if you select no, to be honest. I don't remember. I do remember that they're trying to grab all the monuments, and then the ones you don't save are in the ship when you go in there. Like, that's what they're doing with them. Like, they try to get the water tower, and then, I don't know, they're kind of crazy for all the monuments.
I saw one level that had the ships were named they were like Galaga.
Galagas?
Yeah, and they actually flew in like.
On this level, when you look up at the Hancock Tower, the Galaga ships come in.
That's awesome. That was.
I think there's also one level in New York where you go in the subway and it's like Tempest. The creatures are running around the circles and stuff.
There's definitely a lot of just details. Like the more you watch it, like I said, I played it twice just normally, and then continued all the way through it. And playing the first level a couple of times, there's so many little things that I was noticing that just so cool, very cool.
The rough thing about this game was we really were a startup team, and we got no support from Midway at all. Like no software support. They gave us the hardware with nothing, no code, no nothing. We had to. Everything in here we had to write ourselves and do everything ourselves. And didn't even have I couldn't use people from Midway, so I had to hire all new people that were, a lot of people had never been in games before, so it was a big deal. It was hard.
And he's got the auto fire gun now.
Now fire, nail him. There you go. Yeah, you got to hit him. Get him right in there. Get him in the target. There, you saved it.
You got it.
Kind of saved it. You kind of saved it. Just when we were starting to play, we were just starting to play with lighting and texture mapping and stuff in this one. No system really had it before,
All right, what's your score? Let it count down.
Oh, are we playing for one quarter score?
That score stay the rest of the night. Those are the rules.
Joe. Is that right? I just learned something. I might have to play again then. I didn't know that was the rule. You made it farther than I did. You might have a high score. No?
Oh, I didn't make the board.
God, what do you got to do to get a high score in this game? Nope. I like this.
You have the high default score.
I do. Yeah, now I'm remembering the story a little bit. So it says top mercenaries. This guy at the lead in, he's basically been called in by some, radio frequency because these aliens are attacking. And he's basically like a bounty hunter, right? He's just going to come in. He's going to tear everything up, but he's going to, kill all the aliens, right? But you don't really want him at your place. It's kind of like when the fireman comes. If your house is burned, they sort of tear everything up, Yeah, your house didn't burn down, but you also can't live in it anymore. And Chicago's the easy level.
It's most of the top players here. They occasionally will get. I know a lot of them don't spend a lot of time on light gun games. So it'll be interesting to see. They're usually great at like finding their way through games very quickly.
Skillful light gun game. I think the more skill you are, like, for instance, if you shoot him in the head, you'll kill him right away, and it's worth way more points if you headshot him. See, and he's like taking the arms off that thing. That's all points, So you want to get them, and these guys will jump at you, and then you try to take their head off when they're jumping at you, because that's kind of cool.
I also noticed
A lot of, it's all, there's nothing sort of movie playing in here. This is all computer programmed, so there's all kinds of crazy things that can happen.
I noticed that if they start to abduct the people and you save them, at the end there's a bigger human save bonus as well. So that's definitely that's from a scoring standpoint, that's pretty deep for
You want to save the humans. That's a big deal.
For sure.
Well, and then they get mutated, and then they go crazy on you. And see, like, if he saves this, instead of it, see, if he would save it, now it's going to hit him, right?
I have yet to do that.
Save him?
I've not been able to destroy both of them.
Yeah, you can, but that's like part of the skill deal, right?
Is there, and that was one of the things where in the first boss I found an unlimited rapid fire gun, and it's like, oh, that's significantly easier if you have that. So that has me wondering if there's
there's other stuff.
Again, those just joining us, today's Monday mystery game is Invasion: The Abductors, released in 1998 from Midway. It was actually Play Mechanic's first game, and we are joined here today by none other than legendary game designer and creator George Petro. And this was donated to us by Will Carlin. What did Will do on the actual game?
Will was an artist, and Will came into Play Mechanics as an artist and quickly grew to like really helping with design and layout of all the scenarios and everything. So he created a lot of the art, but also did a lot of the, just like choreographing of the game action too. So
that's really awesome.
Just getting the whole system up and running, it took quite a bit of effort to figure out how to use that Zeus. That it wasn't easy right off the bat. So
you said MK4 and what? That was the only two games that used.
Maybe Cruisin', maybe one of the Cruisins used it. I think it used Zeus 2. This is Zeus 1. Only MK4 and Invasion, and I think the grid is Zeus 2. Is that right? Is it a Zeus 2 system? I think it is because it's a lot cleaner looking. These graphics are kind of dirty because Zeus was a little bit of a dirty chip. It was nasty. Hard to use. You cut your fingers on it, sharp edges. But so I think those were the only two games that actually used that chip. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of which Cruisin' might have used it. Cruisin' Exotica, maybe. But yeah, this one the chip had issues. Like, it could do all this cool stuff, but like with graphics chips, the more features you enable, they slow down because it takes them longer to do everything. Well, this chip had all different kind of feature sets, and like if you weren't rendering full lighting and everything, you could turn off some features to get a little more speed for things you wouldn't really see, maybe filler. Well, the problem with this chip is if you didn't run it in any other than everything turned on, every once in a while it would lock up. It just would decide, yeah, I'm not going to work anymore. And the only way to reset it is to power cycle the game. Like, literally, it'll just freeze, it'll just stop. And we could never figure out why it did that. the guy who designed it, nobody could ever figure it out. So the only thing we could figure out was make sure everything's turned on all the time. Yeah. So it kind of, you know, that's what makes it a little dirtier, because we probably normally wouldn't turn on all the features like this. And it made it run a little slower. We had some other ideas for the game that we wanted to do, but it was running a little too slow for that. We couldn't run the frame rate quite as fast as we wanted to do some things, so we sort of had to change the game design. But you're still alive, at least. It's a regular CTA bus right there. We had done some really cool things in this game that nobody had really done yet, in using 3D animation, where like you see where those things fly down and they grab a hold of the bus and rip the top off. That's all, like, the way that all works was a pretty specific way in the graphics program to get them to link up, get two objects to link up and everything was not easy. Like, because they fly in, because they live separately, and then they have to join together and like, and have a synchronized animation. Nowadays, no problem. Back then, huge problem.
Back in '98.
Back in '98, yeah. Oh, he killed me. Yeah, like,
Found.
this big guy fly in. That's what he's going to do. He's going to come in and he's going to link up with that, with the water tower. See, he comes down, he links up with it. And see how he's kind of pulling on it. Oh, he's got it. I always thought that was cool. Oh no! Oh, he got it. He took it.
And that'll reappear in the final level.
Yeah. You get one last chance to save it. Pretty close. I want to have another go at this.
Now that. Cool. We'll have to grab his score off of the. Actually, you mind if George runs in real quick? You sure? You're fine. You're cool. Fine.
I didn't know if you would have had the old guns. I was going to bring you a set if you didn't. Yeah. But you got it, so.
That was, like, I always had thought that shipped with those guns, and that, like, most likely they just get broken, and I just figured that everybody just replaced them with HAP stuff.
They ended up not wanting to produce them. There's only a very few. Only the prototypes are made with those guns.
Really? Wow. That's even the flyer for it had those guns on there, and that's what made me believe that. So that's.
It was a kit. It was mostly shipped as a kit.
Yeah.
So that makes me, I definitely have some control panel overlays. I'll get you one so you can put it on.
Thank you. That's.
Look a little better. I was like, what? Cheesy control panel. Like I said, this is the easy level.
And that's you.
Yeah, that's me. That's me wearing a Chicago Bulls jacket, Bulls pullover, which I still have. That's how everybody used to, people at work used to refer to me. They would say, oh, it's George Petro, otherwise known as the Bulls guy. Because I was the Bulls guy. Yeah, that's me right there. I mean, it's a 3D version.
And that restores life. Life added. It said life added.
Yeah.
Definitely another reason to let them.
There's ways to do it here. This game is set up for success. You just have to be able to execute. Okay, get him. Let's see if we can do it.
Have you ever heard of anybody finishing it on a credit?
No, never. I don't think that's possible.
You don't think it's even possible?
I didn't think Narc was possible either, but people have done it. Maybe you've done that. Yeah, huh?
when I had that at my house and that was the only game, that was all I did.
That's a nice one. Get it.
I have not done it here since.
You gotta be like super on your skill. You gotta be on your game. You gotta be totally zoned in.
Getting 50 busts every level and getting those extra guys.
These guys take a wild swipe at you. You need to get rid of it. You need to hit them quick, like that. Like when he popped up, if you don't hit them quick, they're gonna take a swipe at you. So the quicker you can pop them, you're gonna save yourself. Oh, that was awesome. He shoots it. He's got a gun. He's got a hook and a gun, or like a scythe thing. You don't want to mess with that guy. I don't think you take any damage here. Does this guy fire at you? Some of them fire at you when they're. Oh yeah, he's trying to fire things. But it comes right out of his middle, so. So okay, so the trick with that is you can actually save that on the ground if you shoot his legs off. Don't work on his body, but shoot his legs off. That's the way to get him. Oh!
George Petro. All right, record it.
Oh, there's a couple questions here from Scott.
Scott Lambert asking,
How long does your full playthrough take? Love the Chicago call-outs.
yes, definitely. Hopefully people respect those guns. They are limited to the prototypes only, so definitely very rare. I had only seen them on one other cabinet, and that would be why. I'm learning stuff about the game myself. The game is pretty long. I think I was playing for 40 minutes. It is definitely a long content game. Last level is just incredibly difficult. Again, that was George Petro that just was abducted there, and George Petro is playing this game. How cool is that? There's one level later on in the game where they're like a Galaga ship, and they actually fly in a Galaga pattern, and like you can just shoot them in the it's like you literally can see like a shmup pattern on their approach in, and you can just take out one row of guys.
The middle of Galagan, and then the two side guys are like from Galaxian and Galaga, right? If you shoot all three, you get a points bonus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is only one ship, but it flies in kind of the same pattern comes out from the left and right side, and they intersect. Again, for those just joining us, today's Monday mystery game is Invasion: The Abductors, released from Midway in 1998, and was designed by Play Mechanics, which is George Petro's company. This was their first game, and one of the art guys that worked on this actually donated this, Will Carlin, who very generously donated this to us over the weekend, and he was like, he didn't know what to do with it. He was happy to have it here so people could play it and enjoy it. It's got the original guns on it, which had been literally the only reason I hadn't purchased it myself already. Was that I was just waiting to find a cabinet with those original guns, and I could never find one. And as George Petro told me moments ago, those guns were only issued with a prototype. They didn't do a mass production on them. direct message. George Petro at 18,768. Protect the water tower. A lot of great Chicago landmarks. He's taking those arms off. Extra points, and
Oh, he got that really quick.
you can't fly off with your water tower if you don't have arms. 27,512.
Nearing up on Moss is 30.
He's
He might know a thing or two about
he might know a thing or two about this game. He can easily walk away.
Oh.
Ah.
Yes! I got farther though. Did you get through the parking lot? Did it swing up? The camera didn't swing up, did it? Because it goes up through the parking lot and then it like looks up here.
I don't remember where I got, but I was in the 30s.
Ah! So close.
It's very fun. Very
If
fun.
you want to like, I like the playing it. I like the playing it with the, I like the one credit deal. That makes it way more intense.
It's ridiculously hard. Like I say, I played through earlier today, and it was like, it's long too. Like a full playthrough.
Oh, yeah, it's a good hour.
Is it an hour? I was saying it was 40 minutes, but I didn't even look at my watch, so I was like, no way is it gonna. I did it. I got here super early and was like, I'm gonna jump in and play the whole thing through. And then it was like, wait, how long was that? And I couldn't even tell. But that's a lot of game.
There's a lot of game in there. Yeah, we worked our butts off on that game. It's fun though. I mean, I like the gameplay part of it is really good.
It's definitely deeper than most Lycan games with all the hidden stuff and then destructible backgrounds and very cool, very cool.
In there. There's lots in there. Come into the Galloping Ghost and play it. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That looks pretty cool,
that's
actually.
a great view.
That's a great view. Look at the gun, like how it like reflects everything. Yeah, that is real chrome.
She lived? You're not supposed to shoot her. You know.
It's not easy to stick chrome on plastic, you know.
Yeah. That was, and I can only imagine what that would have added to the cost, and I guess I understand why, but it's so cool that even for the prototypes that you got them made, like that's really awesome.
They call it, I think they call the process vacuum metallizing or something like that. Yeah, somehow I don't know how they do it, but
Literally on watching on when we got it, I was checking out those guns and actually holding for the first. Oh, we got it.
well, he didn't get the abductors, but he got the bridge because I think it says threat as if, you know, like when they're threatening you with something. They do that a lot in the game. Like they are throwing stuff at you or, you know, whatever. The abductors are up to monkey business. I like that. I was always partial to the marquee in this one too. You know,
All the art on it, the side art's really cool. And again, like the marquee, there's not. The purple really stands out. Like it's definitely eye-catching.
yeah. We actually did the cabinet art for this at Play Mechanics. Usually Midway would do all the cabinet art, but this one we did just because the guys that were working on it really liked the concept. So, you know, so that's why, like one of the guys that modeled the abductors, he really liked it, so he wanted to make the marquee.
Yeah.
You definitely want to headshot these guys. I mean, as much as you can, you want to.
Yes, there is currently no world record on file for this. So at the end, there's nothing on TG for it. $32,615.
New world record coming up very soon.
32 already?
You got to take. We gotta show him what's up.
Maybe taking the legs off the abductor's not good, as good score-wise. I want him to get up. Okay, they're gonna look up now. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! What's happening? What's happening? Oh my God! What's happening?
I would get to shooting.
Yeah, I would definitely shoot him while they're on the wall.
I didn't know they were there.
This. Yeah. And then the kill report, big bonus time.
This is where they knocked the water tower, or Ritz-Carlton down, I think. Here. Yeah, watch this. Oh, there's you need those.
Death rays. I believe he's shooting at his own weapon. Oh. And then the second orb lights up. Very nice, very nice.
Some hot action going on.
Yeah.
Is this the usual suspects here that are on hand for?
One's out in the UK visiting another arcade, and two of the other guys couldn't make it. Two of the other guys are coming later.
Oh, okay. I'll have to give Will some crap about giving away his invasion. Yeah, we even tried like a new chord. So it wasn't like, if you look at gun games, they use that brake hose that's really heavy. This stuff bends a lot easier so that it doesn't, the gun, you don't feel it. It's not as heavy on you when and the gun can move a lot better. It does have a problem though if you really get on it. It's the stuff that was used for payphones.
Payphone cord, yeah.
Yeah, we tried it to see if it would, if it would be a better option. It's way better with the guns. Like when you're trying to reload, it's not like in a normal gun game, you feel that hose after a while.
Right.
That's
And it definitely was very comfortable for as long as the game is. I didn't even notice it. It was, the gun never did get heavy or anything. So the second grip on there is nice too. Like that's.
So my prototype to demonstrate what I wanted is I took two 45s, half 45s, and I sawed part of them off and glued them together. So it was a double trigger. It was supposed to have another trigger on the front to fire a special weapon, but they were like, nah, it's too expensive. But that's why I had taken two 45s and made it like a double trigger weapon.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That's what that front handle was supposed to be. Which would have been sort of new for a light gun,
That was definitely one of the things. The grenade button. It was like, it was cool that you have the death ray and like. Was that was something that you had intended for it to be on there though?
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Your power-ups, right? Because they don't. The original idea was that you'd hold the power up, and now it just feeds them to you.
Very cool.
Which was actually better, I think, better idea.
Is that you again?
Yeah. I think that usually I'm pretty much that guy. There's like an old lady, there's the guy, there's the woman. There's some different characters later in the game, like the cops. Did you see the cops on the motorcycles? Isn't that hilarious?
So many little, like, funny references going on, and there's like the ape sign and.
I was going to wait.
Yeah, go ape.
Yeah, I like that. I just took it. He just wasted me. hate when that happens. All right. It's rapid fire, I think. Didn't used to be. We added that when people's fingers were getting wasted. I was when I was younger, I was a lot more, what do you call it, unforgiving with gameplay. Like I liked brutal games, you know. So
Yeah.
that's why.
You make them work hard for it.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore. Players have changed. It used to be where we would
That's-
all work hard.
Sure. Are you gonna go again? Take the world record?
We have to try one more. What is the world record?
It is whatever Massey's put up.
Yeah, what do you put up?
Let me see. Hey, Mike. You know what Massey's put up?
He said it immediately.
He's going new world record coming up. For those just joining us, today's Monday mystery game is Invasion the Abductors, released from Midway in 1998. Was actually designed by Play Mechanics. It was actually their first game, and we are currently watching George Petro, creator of the Invasion the Abductors and so many amazing other arcade games, and he worked on Narc and still making games today. And we are honored to have him here. He played the inaugural game of this. Again, this game was donated to us by Will Carlin, who was one of the art guys on this, and so generous of him to have donated this and put it out in a place where everybody can play it and enjoy it and have fun with it. And today, everybody seems to be really enjoying it. $12,829.
Where's the quick restart button?
Construction value? Kill like buses or something?
I don't think so. There's some stuff that does break.
Yeah, I noticed.
And there's secrets. If you can get to a level, there are secrets. And that might be tied to that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Military stance?
There he goes. 27,804 points. 32,804 points. Full health. $33,000.
Yes! Oh, look at this. He knows what to do.
He knows what to do. Oh,
Oh, no!
$35,400. Here's some bonuses. 36, 37. Still a lot of health left, too. He's got the death ray. He's not. I think you were shooting the death ray. You're. Yeah. 40,000. 45,000.
New world record. Oh, it's 39 before my bad. It's practically 49. We need a military stance. That's true. We need center of mass. The stance. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, 46,000. New world record.
He's not gonna make it. I heard it early on. His strategy.
Somebody back here was like, "Where's the quick restart?
I know, I heard
The
it.
score's not high enough."
Strategy, kid. I was working with strategy. It's all about saving the people because you get your life back.
For those just joining us, today's Monday mystery game is Invasion the Abductors, released from Midway in 1998, designed by Play Mechanics. That was the game's creator, George Petro, a true legend in the industry. Was here playing his own game. He just put up the new world record in it.
Brutal's not even the word.
And that's the easy stage still.
Huh. Carnival. We came out before Carnival.
Invasion the Abductors was put out before Carnival. So this was
They might have taken a few of our ideas.
yeah.
Totally. I build games to kick my ass. That's why I build them.
You build them tough.
Yeah, build them tough. Gotta have something to play afterwards.
Absolutely.
Looks like Massies will not be walking away with the 10x belt tonight.
If your score stands,
That score standing the
There's-
whole night.
Has somebody challenged me?
well, so he's won. We have a 10x championship belt for the person who wins 10 Monday mystery game events, and he's at 9.
Oh, he's got work
So
to do. He can do it. Those guys, those shooter guys, though,
yeah,
I think the game was like making it. It was time to pay.
yeah,
You got to be really good. You can though. The trick is you can keep them at bay. Like
You gotta be
all you have to do is
46.5.
hit them and they recoil. So
Yeah.
you like hit one and hit the other, then reload and then get them. Once they're recoiling, then you got to get their heads.
there's definitely I'm drawing a blank on his name. We have 2 light gun players that are just insane. Like one of them, 1cc's House of the Dead, and the other 1cc's Carnival, and it's like,
They like the horror genre.
oh yeah, totally.
This is a little rougher around the edges than those games in terms of the graphics, but the action's good.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun.
I love to see when you're looking up the building and the lights are going. It's awesome.
Oh, that was a good one. Then
Good one. Yeah, this is a tough sequence.
you got to be ready for him.
Gosh, there's been people on King of Fighters this entire time.
Can we re-random it? Let him play? It could work against him.
Check what the game is. If we re-random it, see what it is.
Where is Tibbets though?
Probably hiding.
He ran away in fear, we think.
Bubble bobble. We'll stick. You gonna go again? Push it even further.
Depends on if he.
33,000. This was. We got him. Any secrets here? Shooting in certain windows or anything? No.
Again, I don't remember. I coded a lot of this game, but I don't remember it. All right. Would I have 46?
Yep.
9,000 to go.
He's got a good amount of health too. Did he miss the other? He missed the other death ray.
Saved it. Yeah, he missed the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some points right there. He's gonna get me. That was some good points.
Some heavy damage area coming up though. 44. $46. 47.
Oh! By 1,000.
Did he do it?
Yeah, George had 46.50. 47, you just beat him.
New world record.
This is the problem right here. We don't leave the score up there. We're leave the score up there.
I hear there's a patch coming though.
Get right on that. I'll get my dev system back up and working.
Are you gonna take it back?
This would actually be fun to like redo on like a real graphic, you know, like now graphics.
Oh yeah.
I have to go for you.
I
It really ticks me off that we don't leave the score up there. I wonder when it plays, if it plays like in a track mode, it might show the score. Like if it plays the game.
if you yeah.
This is back before we used to put now we put movies up on the track mode.
Yeah.
This actually has like it's the game playing itself.
Well, and it's been kind of the evolution of like now here like everybody's just crazy about scores. So it's like there's other games where you never even see the score. Like as soon as you lose, it's gone, and there's not even high score tables or anything. So. Yeah, those were definitely later. I think you get those going into the last on the boss of the first level.
Those shields might be hidden somewhere too.
Yeah.
Shields hidden.
For those just joining us, today's Monday mystery game is Invasion the Abductors, released from Midway in 1998. The game was designed by Play Mechanics, set up by George Petro, who is here actually with us today, a true legend of the industry. He's actually going to be playing this run through. He's going after the world record again. He's got to beat 47,000 points to reclaim the world record. Definitely. Our Invasion of the Abductors cabinet is an original dedicated cabinet. It was actually donated to us by Will Carlin, who was one of the artists on the game. He was very generously donated to us. We are happy to have it here. Unbeknownst to us, this was a game that I was personally looking for to put on the arcade floor. It's a great looking game. It's definitely rare. Not a lot. I haven't seen one in a dedicated cabinet. The one time I was offered a dedicated cabinet, it was the 33-inch monitor one, and it was just too big. We didn't have room for it. I unfortunately passed on it, and since then was always like, if I ever see it again with the original guns, I would get it. And it turns out that those guns, they're so cool. They're like just 50 style ray guns, and we just heard from George earlier as to how the concept for them came up. That was, and yeah, you're 5,000 points ahead of where most are here. Midway was bought out by, a lot of the IPs were bought by Warner Brothers, including Mortal Kombat and several of the others. NetherRealm is now the company that actually does Mortal Kombat and Injustice and all those other games. Play Mechanics, though, the developer is still in business. They work very closely with Raw Thrills on so many great arcade games. They're still out there, and they've really kept the arcade industry alive here in the States. And without them, there'd be so few arcade companies, and Play Mechanics and Raw Thrills really does such a great job of keeping gaming alive in the arcade scene. So George Petro saving the tower. Not that time. Not that time. A good run earlier, though.
I took some early damage on
For you getting that extra 5,000.
I know, but I didn't capitalize. I took some damage where I shouldn't have. Can I try again? 47,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some secret. There's some strategy in there.
It's knowing where to uncover the guns when you get to those certain situations. It's going to be like so key.
That game's a mess, man. What was I thinking? It's so hard. It's like, I'm sure when we were making it, it all seemed so like, oh yeah, anybody's gonna be able to pick out these enemies.
Sure, sure.
I can't even. I can barely pick them out. In that little alley there, where those guys are coming out, you need to headshot those guys. Like seriously, you know where the cars are parked after the water tower. You need to find them and get them quick. Because it gets 3 of them, and then it's hard to deal with.
But like, don't you think that? I don't know. Personally, I think that the difficulty of these games, that if it was games got so scaled back on difficulty where it, as they went on the console, they wanted you to stay engaged with them.
Right.
Whereas like so many of the classic arcade games, you look at how brutally hard every single one was. No.
They didn't give up crap in the old days.
They'll find something here to get some sort of balance, or they'll be forced to get better.
I was in here a couple of months ago playing Venture. Remember, Venture's like so hard, and there's nothing, right? It's like you're a dude shooting an arrow, and it's like I used to play that game for hours, like just try to get a little farther, you know? That game was so hard.
How far were you getting?
I have no idea. I can't even remember these days. I mean, when I started playing it again, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this, where it's like dark and, you know, you got to uncover it lights up the path. Totally forgot about that.
Very cool game though. It was.
And its sequel, Pepper 2. Do you have this?
We do.
Yeah.
Pepper 2. We just got that in on our at the last expansion. Awesome game.
Makes me wonder if Venture was really called Pepper 1 or Pepper. Because that was its sequel. Supposedly its sequel was Pepper 2. They don't really have any.
I'd never heard that.
Yeah, that was when they came out with Venture, like the next game. They marketed it as the sequel, but it's not really a sequel. Yeah, they just marketed it that way. It was just crazy. Just trying to get people to buy it.
Sure.
If you love Venture, you'll love Pepper 2.
That's 16,483.
What a surprise Monday mystery. Oh, took some hits. Oh, Granny. Mutated Granny. Always got to beware of mutated Granny. He's not so nice anymore.
Oh, he shot the grandmother running. You lived.
What's that?
The grandmother and you were running,
Oh.
and the grandmother got shot in the back, but you managed to escape unscathed.
On the screen.
On the screen.
Yeah, when I played it, I noticed Granny was running out in the distance. Like, she's just taking off. She's just hauling out. The people actually move. The people just sort of move around in areas. You know, like, they don't really... we start them off, and it's kind of scripted where they start, but then they'll just sort of, you know, go do things. And if the game starts playing out, you don't always know where they'll end up.
Yeah.
It used to be all random, and then it was
Really?
crazy, yeah. So we had to kind of control
Are
it.
you going back? George Petro, about to try again. Can he take the world record back? That's... If you can walk away with the trophy, that would be... Yeah. Yeah. Again, for those just joining us, today's Monday Mystery game is Invasion the Abductors, released for Midway in 1998. It was actually developed by Play Mechanics, which was their first game that they did. And we have none other than George Petro, who's the creator of this game, worked on it, runs Play Mechanics, and he's here for our Monday Mystery event and is trying to take back the world record. We'll see if he can get it. 47,000 around there is the top score. Got it. That 5,000 point bonus for doing that. You didn't even do it with the rapid fire gun. Very impressive. Definitely not an easy game. You have to work through to get up to the final level. You have to beat the first 3 stages, which take place in real cities. First one, easy, is in Chicago. So you can notice a lot of great things from the Chicago area. Oh. Plenty of health still. It's so amazing that this game was actually donated to us by Will Carlin, who was one of the artists on it. He called us up on Saturday and said that he had it and wanted it to be in a spot where people could enjoy it, and we're so fortunate and happy that he contacted us and wanted that to happen. He wanted it to where people were going to enjoy it. He'd had it in his house since 98 when it came out, and it just opted that it stay here. So thanks to Will for the most generous donation. And again, this is a game that had been on my radar to get. I had passed on it once from another artist that had worked on it. It was the 33-inch monitor version. But when they showed me the picture of it, it had these unbelievably cool ray guns for the light guns. And the only thing I've seen the board for sale several times. I've seen the cabinet for sale a few times, just conversions, and it's always just had HAP guns. So I've always been waiting to find the original guns. Fortunately, and this is one of the great things about just this place in general, like the fact that developers come here and people that worked on these games were able to get the bigger story and the history behind the games. So George, coming out for today's Monday Mystery game, he informed us that those guns were only on the prototype version. So the reason why I hadn't been seeing them anywhere was because they didn't ship with them. So when Will donated this game to us, they had them on there, and it's everybody, all the regulars were here enjoying it very early on. Really, really cool game. Definitely very hard. We'll have to see if anybody can get... 47,000. I think he's taking it back. 48,000. What did Mossy say? New world record. Oh, will he be able to break 50? He's right there, 50,000. Oh, 50,000, new world record. He's reclaims. Congratulations.
If I could just get, you continued it. Oh. They'll get you in a second.
He's new. They'll get you in a second.
Actually,
You won the Jeremiah held onto the belt and bubble ball. It was the best. I recorded the whole thing. This was the best thing you'll ever see.
Congratulations to Jeremiah.
Hey, you got it on there now. All right. Well, no, first challenge continues. The belt will be final shot.
Oh, that would be how we can check it. We can just restart, continue. What a crazy Monday Mystery event today.
That was possibly the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was so good. Awesome. Yeah. Jamie got 5 screens further, but Jeremiah had like this big mystery bonus on the first screen. It's going up on my YouTube right now.
He set that up like he knew what he was doing. Too.
Yeah.
He knew he was cool.
Put on the arcade one and send me a link. Okay.
Like
Huh?
I can't send it to the arcade from my phone. Like,
Okay. Let's. So, Pete Gores, who's a known light gun player. What's up? No. Not today, probably.
Okay. Any place where I can leave this?
I'll take it. I'll take it. Cool, man. Thank you. Now we are watching Tommy Waffles. See what he does. You can select any level you want. You can start easy, medium, or hard. It's. There might be more things to shoot, but there'll be things to kill you quicker.
That was good.
Yeah.
Man, if I could get through that little alley right there, that was a Lord and Taylor. That used to be Lord and Taylor down on Michigan Avenue. That's where that little alleyway is.
Yeah.
Stupid guys. I forgot about those guys that step out from those columns.
You gonna go again?
Those silver guys down that one little column, and one of them just came around that thing and shot me.
got the local report.
I totally forgot about those guys.
Yeah.